Thank you for joining me today. And before we get started, as always, all the messages that are released on this channel are my truth. That is exactly what it is, what it always will be, and that is my truth. Now, my truth consists of a bunch of experience that I've gained clarity from, which ultimately took me back to the real me, which is truth. Now, when I try to convince you that my truth is the gospel, however, my truth is the gospel for me. And that does not make it the gospel for you, nor will I ever try to make it the gospel for you. By me being on this platform, I am simply placing breadcrumbs on a path that I've already walked. Now, if you find yourself on a similar path and you resonate with said breadcrumbs and you say, you know what, I like that, I want to follow that, that's cool. If not, that is cool as well. My purpose is to assist those who are ready to get out of their own way. Now, so let's jump right in. So today I wanted to talk about protecting your energy. And when I would say this is probably, well, it for sure is my favorite subject is energy, for sure. Because once I start looking at everything from an energetic perspective, a spiritual perspective, it changed everything, right? Because it's in alignment with the energy, which is all around us. So if you're moving in alignment with that, with energy, your life will fall into flow, right? So what I'm talking about is an energetic perspective is what I'm looking at. You can look at this from a 3D perspective if you want to, but that's going to get you 3D perspective answers. What I'm going to do today is looking at protecting your energy from, like I said, from just the energetic level through the energetic eyes. Now, let's look at the little scale we got here. So if you're looking at the little consciousness scale here, first of all, let's go ahead and start off with the obvious. Look at the top and the bottom, Alpha, the Omega. So this is what God says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, stating I am everything. So all of these emotions, see, you have a range of emotions, a range of energies that you have access to. And all of these energies you have access to. Everything we access is a choice, all right? So you can choose to stay in a lower vibration, or you can choose to raise your vibration and keep continuing to move up that scale. It is a choice. So you can choose to, if you was in fear all of your life and you go all the way up to neutrality 250, you might say, man, this is heaven for me. I haven't felt. I don't think I've ever felt this fear. I don't feel. I'm good. You might choose to stay there. Then somebody else might choose to keep going on, but everything is a choice, right? So why not choose to protect your energy? So what does that look like? Well, we're going to look at that through using an example. We're going to look at it by talking about Susan and Becky. All right. So Susan and Becky are sisters. Okay. So let's say Susan is going to go take her boyfriend home and meet the family. And this is the first time that her new boyfriend has ever met her family. And so Susan tries to prep her boyfriend so she's not too embarrassed or whatever the case may be, right? And also in her back of her mind, she's like, I don't want to have to deal with Becky. So she's already prepping herself just to deal with Becky, right? So Becky's the younger sister, and now Becky vibrates. We're gonna look on the consciousness scale here. Becky vibrates. She doesn't go by choice above 175. She can, if she did the work, go above 175. But for regular, she does not vibrate above 175. So she's accessing everything 175 and lower, right? Now, Susan, she's up to 350, so she's doing pretty good for herself, right? So she's at 350, trying to work her way up a little higher, right? So now, as they're walking up to the house, Becky comes outside and she's looking right at Susan, and she can already see Susan's glowing. She's happy. She's like, look at her. I want to, you know what? I'm going to take some of her energy. So she's like, well, how can I do that? She's thinking this in her mind. Oh, okay, I know what I do. I'll make her mad. So walk right up to Susan. Hey, what's going on, brace face? And so now, remind you, Susan hasn't had braces since she was 13 years old. So she's had braces off for a crazy long time. And that's what Becky used to call her when they were kids. She would call her brace face. And Susan used to hate it. And she still hates it now. So now Susan gets angry and she's all pissed off. She's like, she's so mature. Why don't you grow up, Becky? It's so stupid. And then walks right past her and goes into the house, right? So now she's angry. So as she walked past, all you see is a little smirk on Becky's face, right? Because she knows what she's doing. So now she's brought her energy down to anger. So now she's at 150. So while she's at 150, boom, she can put her hooks in her. Now she grabs onto her energy at that level, and now she's able to siphon her energy. This is how when people are triggering you, this is what's going on behind the scenes. Like I said, I'm telling you what's going on energetically. This is what's going on energetically. Now for this, we're talking about her consciously knowing what she's doing. But there are instances where individuals can have entities, demons, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. It's energy, it's dark energy attached to them, and that they're not able to get in the body. So they want energy as well. So what they're going to do is attach to someone, then have that person do the dirty work for them. So it's the same process. Just whispering to that person's ear, hey, look at Susan. She thinks she's better than you. I bet you if you call her brace face, you'll piss her off. And then that's what happens. Boom. Then you call her brace face. So it's the same type deal. Now, this can be happening. Now, in that case, it's happening unconsciously. The person doesn't even know they have an attachment, but they're still feeding this attachment. So either way, you're still giving your energy away. So either example is a no-go for me, right? So now we're going to fast forward. Now they're going to continue on, and now you're at dinner time, right? So now you're hanging out around the dinner table. Everybody's there. You got the little brother there, the mom, the dad, boyfriend, and everything's going good. Now she's already got a taste of some of that energy. She's like, I want some more. So she was like, what can I do? I know what I'll do. So, hey, Susan, did you tell your boyfriend about the time you were giving that presentation in school, and then you sneezed and you peed yourself, and then everybody started laughing at you and pointing at you? Do you remember that? So now everybody's all quiet and silent, and everybody just everybody looks at Susan, and Susan she's so embarrassed. She can't believe she told her that. So she pushes herself away from the table, throws her napkin on the table, storms off crying, goes into the room, start crying, right? And the only thing you can see Becky sitting there do is a little smile on her face. So now she has dropped Susan all the way down to shame, because she shamed her, right? Accessing shame, now she hooks in her really deep, because shame is low. She hooks in her really deep in accessing her energy. Now, by doing that, she can remove her energy and also put her energy into Susan that way. This is what people who know how to manipulate energy can do. So this is why it's important to protect your energy. So now, with that being said, you can protect your energy numerous different ways. Of obviously the praying, definitely stay prayed up on that for sure. And everything is energy. So you can actually meditate and envision an energetic bubble around yourself. That is protecting your energy as well. Also protecting your energy by staying conscious in the moment. This is the best way for you. So hands down, the best way is you being conscious in the moment. Don't be asleep. Be conscious when these things are happening in the moment. In your experience, you're able to react right when it's happening in a way that's in alignment to keep you in a higher vibration. So let's rewind it. So she's vibrating at 350 right out the gate. She got dropped down by dipping into anger, right? What's going on, Brace Face? You can ignore it. You can come back with a little snide remark if you so desire. You can smile right in the face. Yeah. See that? See that beautiful smile? That's what those braces did for me. Any more questions? Okay. And to keep at whatever, anything you want to say, the purpose is not to get angry. Because you're going to feel that anger, right? Because she couldn't stand being called Brace Face. Every time in the past, when she was younger, she would get angry. So if you haven't healed that younger version of you that used to get angry, but when being called Brace Face, that the anger is still going to be there. So when you feel that anger boiling up, I didn't fix that. Okay, thank you. I'll work on that later. Then boom, when you're getting triggered by something, these are opportunities for you to go fix them. That's all they are. I love getting triggered. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Thank you. Because once you fix it, you can't get triggered anymore. That's the whole purpose. You should not have a trigger that remains a trigger. Once you get triggered on something, you should work to get rid of it. Because that trigger is an access point. Now, if she keeps going up the scale, let's say she make it to 500, she's love, right? Now she's at love. She go home. What's going on, Brace Face? Boom, dip her right back on down. As long as you don't fix it, it's always going to be an access point. Protect your energy. Don't get mad when somebody trigger you. Thank them. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that access point. Because I sure will go ahead and put some putty up on that right now. Fix it. Protect your energy. When you do this, this makes you way stronger. Way stronger. And that's all this is about, is growing. Do not let people play with your emotions. And don't fall for titles. For a very long time, I'm giving this information because this was me. I was going by titles. Oh, that's mama, that's daddy, that's brother, that's sister, that's cousin, that's best friend. Whatever title you want to come up with, it does not matter. I'm talking about this from an energetic perspective. If you're not respecting that title, I'm the only one living up to whatever title that we're going by, right? If I'm the only one living up to that title, I'm going to remove myself. Why? Because I'm giving energy into something that is not reciprocating that energy back. Once again, we're talking about protecting your energy. Stop giving your energy into things that are not reciprocating it back equally. If you're giving 80% and then something's reciprocated back to you 10%, I'm pretty sure that's not a good, it's not good. But that's what I was at before. I was doing stuff like that, right? Because of titles. Nah, Don't protect these titles. Protect your energy. Because like I said, there are a lot of Beckys running around here. And I guarantee you there's a lot of Beckys in your life. Knowing how to manipulate you emotionally. And another way of protecting your energy, become self-assured. Because if someone can have your ear where you don't make big decisions without them, they have control over you. They have control over you. All they got to do is, once again, dip you down to fear. What if it's a big leap, right? It's a big thing you want to venture off on. And you know it's a big risk, right? This person, you're gonna be too much out my grasp, my reaches if you do this. Nah, that's a big risk. I wouldn't do it because of blah blah yada yada yada, right? Putting that fear in you. If it's something you want to do, yeah, it's a risk. Yeah, it's scary. Do it. You make that choice. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But you make that choice. Protect your energy. Now, I'll make other messages definitely using this example, but I just wanted to use it for this particular way. And yeah, I think that was good. I'm gonna leave it there for that. So I'm gonna leave it there. And as always, if you got anything out of this message, I ask that you like, subscribe, and I will definitely check you in the next message.